Good morning. Hope you're having a spectacular start to your day. And today we're covering off the last chapter of Extreme Ownership by Jocko Willink. And it's going to be in regards to discipline equals freedom. I really love this just because I try to embody this, and I've been trying to embody this for years. And I love the chapter on discipline equals freedom because of the examples it shows in the book in real life situations and in military, as well as in business and well as personally. So I think there's a lot to learn for everyone in this particular chapter. And I'm going to read a little bit about what this chapter says, and then also go over the activity sheet, the activity document that we have that I'll put in the comments, and then also add my thoughts in the post. So this is to finish out Extreme Ownership by Jocko Willink. Great book. There is another book, or many books, I believe, that he has written, but we're just going to cover off for this one. All right, the last chapter, so chapter 12. Instead of making us more rigid and unable to improvise, discipline made us more flexible, more adaptable, and more efficient. It allowed us to be creative. This is how he talks about how it related to him in the field. While increased discipline often results in more freedom, there are some teams that become more restricted and imposed by discipline, that they inhibit their leaders and team's ability to make decisions and think freely. So some people take it to the extreme, and they make it rigid, like he's talking about. There is no flexibility, where I believe that discipline creates that flexibility. He talks a little bit about in the book how when they implemented discipline in certain areas, in methods, in exercise, in learning, in their missions, in the different things that they accomplished, that gave them flexibility because they had everything down to such a science that if they needed to make a change, they didn't have to reinvent the whole plan. They could just relay. They had great communication discipline. They had great planning discipline. If something had to change, they could communicate it effectively, and then they could change that plan just to that part that needed to be changed, and it made them more effective because they could do that. Now, they couldn't do that if they weren't disciplined in all the different methods and the communication and the strategies that they had. So that's what I really like about discipline equals freedom. It gives them the flexibility. So that's a little bit about how it got talked about in the book. I want to talk about the activity document. There's really only one question here that we ask in this particular chapter, and then I go into some things to consider. So the one question is, how can discipline equal freedom in your life, personally and professionally? I love this because I'm going to reel off a few things that I think discipline does for us as far as equaling freedom. Discipline in getting up early. Okay, since 2015, since I decided I was going to open up a gym, 3 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning, get up every day. Okay, doing it for 5 years. I'll keep doing it. It gives you more free time. It gives you the ability to do extra things or come up with, work on some creative ideas, or it gives you time to work on exercise or work on, maybe it's you work on your memory. I've been thinking about doing more towards working on a better memory as I get older. I'm working on different things like journaling and positive affirmations and then putting them into action. Getting up early gives you freedom, right? But the discipline to do that is the key, is making it consistent. Discipline to save money. Okay, if you're not disciplined in saving money, you're going to find it hard to make bigger purchases. You're going to make it hard to find the money for a vacation or something like that. So discipline in saving. Discipline in learning more each day. Here's what I think about learning more each day, and I wish I did this years ago. I wish I did this when I was a teenager. Learning it just a little bit more on whatever it is that you're doing each day. Just do a little bit extra each day. Just get up early and do a little extra. Having that gives you more opportunities. It'll give you more ideas. things will just come to you more freely. So I believe in that discipline, in learning more each day. Discipline in exercise. If you don't exercise, the discipline in exercise creates the freedom, right? Because it gives you freedom to be able to do many things, active-wise. You can actively then do many things. When you don't actively discipline, like your exercise, then you are a slave to the ability that you have because you didn't exercise. So I really think discipline and exercise is key. Discipline to eat healthy. Here's what I think about discipline and eating healthy. Like, I don't mean never eat junk food or snacks that you like, but I mean consistently having discipline to maybe have portion control, or maybe to eat consistently healthy or more consistently healthy, gives you the ability to think more clearly, have a better physical body so you can do more things, feel better in your body, and then also have a better quality of life. There is not a lot of downside to that. It doesn't mean you can't eat, pumpkin pie on Thanksgiving or whatever it might be for you. I ate so much pumpkin pie. But it means that if you eat consistently healthy, if you're disciplined in it, that you can have a better quality of life. Don't we all want that? I think discipline of eating healthy is key. And then one more, discipline in serving regularly. You can look at discipline in so many different ways. Here's what I think about serving. So much has happened this year. So much will happen next year. Change is inevitable. Is it good? Is it bad? Here's what I do, or what I like to do, or like to strive to do. Discipline in being able to serve, right? Discipline in regularly serving. When I do that, it takes me out of whatever it is that, challenges that I'm having, or stresses or issues or whatever it is that I'm doing, and I'm focused on serving. Discipline in serving is going to make you have a better life because you're going to be more focused on some of the outward things instead of some of those inward things that you're just dwelling on. And it's going to help you be more positive and happy, and it's going to give you more joy in your life. I want to be more happy, and sometimes serving is the answer. So they're the things that I think about discipline, in it being an actual discipline equaling freedom. And then there's some things to consider at the bottom here, and I'll add this to the end because this is the end of the book, chapter 12. Extreme ownership is one approach to leadership in which responsibility is not defined by your job description, but by the mission to be achieved. That's to the goal to be achieved. That's not in regards to, this is in my job description, that's the only thing that I can do. It's owning your role and what can you do towards that goal, to that mission, or to whatever it is that you're working towards. A leader has total responsibility for success or failure with no excuses, no blame, and no admittance of their mistakes. So, look, it's pretty extreme. At the same time, you've got to look at it as so many people are looking to blame. So I look at it as a way of, hey, look, I'm going to take responsibility. This might not have been communicated well, so maybe I should communicate it better. This might not have been done because you didn't have that resource. Well, I should have given you that resource. I will take responsibility for the end result. The extreme ownership understands that people are motivated because of the respect from the leaders and believe in the mission and care about their team. Right? That's another thing about trust and loyalty and working towards building that type of environment. Extreme ownership starts from the top, but must also be embodied by the whole team and the clients, like for your customers, for your clients, for the CEO down, from the entry level up, whatever it might be. We are to embody that. Like, we are to give responsibilities to people and let them own it, and help them become better. We can all become better leaders by owning it, right? By owning our responsibilities. Admitting that we could or should have done something better is not a sign of weakness, but a sign of strength, because it helps us continually grow and self-improve. I love that. I think that people sometimes get a little worried that, oh, but I'm in this position, I should know everything. No, we are all growing and learning, and you just never know who can come up with something else that might improve the process, right? We're all learning and growing. Extreme ownership must be combined with self-compassion. Don't blame yourself for everything that goes wrong, but extend the compassion that you show or we show to others. So just like we talked about previous chapters, it is extreme ownership. Take ownership of it, but understand and realize that you're not perfect, and along the way we're going to learn and grow, and we're going to become better leaders, and own that. I think that's key. Discipline does equal freedom. This was our last chapter, chapter 12. Be more disciplined today and live an incredible life. Discipline will help you in all areas of your life and your business. I hope you enjoyed my recap on each chapter of this book. I loved this book. I think it's going to be beneficial to anyone that's looking towards achieving any sort of goal, personally or professionally. That's Extreme Ownership by Jocko Willink, and I hope you have a sensational day. We'll see ya.